channel, and if you are new here, hey, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about all of the best foundations for dry skin. I talk about how I have dry skin probably in every video. It is a pain in the butt, and finding a good foundation for my skin type can be a little bit challenging, but these foundations that I'm going to talk about are really great. I found that they work best for me. Everybody's skin is different, and even if you have dry skin, some of these products might not work out for you. These are just what I've found that really help me and really help it with my skin. They don't make me too dry, they don't make me too cakey, and these are honestly like the best foundations for my skin type in my opinion. I have 6 foundations here today that I'm going to show you and I'm going to talk about, and we're just going to dive in and I'm going to fill you guys in on the best foundations, drugstore and high-end, for dry skin that will get you looking glam and cute all day long. So if that's something that interests you, then make sure you just keep on watching and we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm just going to dive right in so this video doesn't end up being 10 years long. But before I jump into foundation, I do want to stress that skincare and prepping your skin is super important when putting a bunch of makeup on your face. So since I have dry skin, I always go in with a moisturizer and some type of hydrating primer just to get my skin prepped and ready for all of the stuff that I'm going to be putting on it, because we're going with creams and powders and all kinds of stuff. So that is actually the #1 important thing to remember when applying foundation is you have to have a clean canvas, you have to have a good base before you put on your base. But let's just go ahead and jump into the foundations. So the first one I want to talk about is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So this is a really great, like, natural looking foundation. This is a medium to full coverage. You can definitely build it up to full, but it is a medium coverage upon like first application. This is really natural looking on the skin. It's not matte, but it's also not a dewy foundation. If you only apply one layer, this is going to make your skin look super natural, almost like you don't have foundation on. You are obviously going to be able to tell that there's foundation on your skin, but it's not like overbearing and it doesn't get cakey throughout the day. This is really beautiful and it's really comfortable. I haven't had any problems with this foundation like drying or caking up or getting to my like dry patches, and it's just like for days that I don't want to be like super glam and super full coverage. This is a really great foundation just because you can get that full coverage out of it, but you can also just make it look more natural and more like your skin, but better. The next foundation I want to talk about is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. Now, I just talked about this in my first impressions that I posted on Monday, but honestly, I've used this a few more times since then, and it is awesome. I'm wearing it on my face today. It smooths out all my pores. Like, it is a beautiful foundation. It is more of like a demi matte foundation, so it's not going to be super drying and it's not going to be super matte, but it's also like the Too Faced one, not going to be super luminous or dewy, but it doesn't look as natural as the Too Faced foundation. Like, you can definitely tell that I have foundation on, like, obviously, but like I said, it's a demi matte, so it's more comfortable to wear than a matte foundation would be. But for the days that I don't want my skin to look super glowy and I kind of want that matte type finish, this is a really great foundation. It's medium to full coverage and it's very buildable, and I think this was like $12, so that's awesome. This has been a staple in my collection since I tested it out on my first impressions, and I actually really love this foundation. It's so good. The next one I want to talk about is my tried and true. This is the Maybelline Superstay. Now, this is a super full coverage foundation. However, it is a satin to matte finish. It's not luminous, it's not dewy, but it's also not uncomfortable on my skin. This foundation covers everything and it makes my skin look so flawless. I have not found a better drugstore foundation. This one and the L'Oreal are definitely my favorite drugstore foundations. They just cover everything. They're beautiful. They don't get cakey and they don't wear off throughout the day. This foundation is going to be super good for people with dry skin that don't want to look super matte, but they don't want to be dewy either. This is really comfortable and it's even cheaper than the L'Oreal one. So I definitely recommend this foundation. Out of all the foundations that I'm going to talk about today, this is my favorite. It lasts all day. It is full full coverage. I don't find it messing with like my moisturizer, like it doesn't break apart throughout the day. This is a great foundation. Those are all my more like natural to like demi-matte satin type of finish foundations. They're not going to be like overly glowy, but they're also not going to be super matte that your face just dries out throughout the day and then it just gets crusty and dusty and gross. So now I want to move on to my more luminous and dewy foundations, and these I typically find are best for my skin type, just because my skin is super dry. So luminous foundations really tend to like last longer on my skin, and these do make my skin look more like healthy and glowy. So these are for the days that I do want my skin to be like extra glowy, and then the other foundations that I mentioned are for when I want a more like glam, bam, in your face, like full coverage type of girl. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the NARS Ultra Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is pricey. I think it's like $50, but this is so full coverage and it is beautiful on the skin. For the days that I just want to look glowy and beautiful and like I've been, you know, in the sun for 10 years, this is the foundation for me. If you have extra dry skin, this is such a great choice because it is so luminous. Like, I'll put it on and it just looks like my skin is glowing. Like, it just looks like I have naturally radiant skin, like I'm a goddess or something. Like, it's so pretty and it's just so full coverage. So even though I'm looking like glowy and beautiful and radiant, everything is covered. Like, my whole face, like blemishes, redness, everything is gone. So that's what I really love about this foundation, is that it's so full coverage, but it also makes me look natural because it is so radiant and it is so luminous. So this is like one of the best luminous dewy foundations that I have found. The price tag is a little steep, but I definitely think that it's worth it, especially for us dry skin girls who want that natural radiant glow. A good alternative for the NARS, if you can't go spend $50 on a foundation, or if you just don't want to go spend $50 on a foundation, the CoverGirl Healthy Vitalist Elixir. This is a great like alternative. I would say that it's close to a dupe. This foundation isn't as full coverage as the NARS, but it gives you that same radiant, glowy, beautiful, like natural looking skin. This is more of a medium coverage, but it is really buildable. This is such a beautiful, natural looking foundation. This is what I love to use in the summer to just make my skin look extra glowy and make it look like I actually have been out in the sun and that I am just, you know, radiant and beautiful all the time. This is such a good foundation for that. For the girls who have super dry skin and still want that radiant glowy effect that the NARS foundation gives you, this is the best second option that I have found. Super affordable and super great. And last but not least, I have the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. This is also really dewy. Upon first application, it is really dewy, it is really radiant and really beautiful. And obviously, once you like set your face with powders and everything like that throughout your makeup routine, it can tend to mattify your foundation. But with this foundation, you really can still see the natural radiant glow coming through, especially after a couple of hours when your makeup has been on and is kind of just settling into your skin. This foundation keeps your skin looking beautiful and radiant. And with this, I found that when I do wear this throughout the day and my natural oils do start to seep through, it doesn't look bad and it doesn't look like gross and like a cakey, oily mess. This is just really hydrating, and it really just allows your natural oils to come through and just amplify the luminous and the dewiness of the foundation. Like, it just makes it look so natural and so beautiful. And this is one of my favorite foundations during the summer, just because in the summer I do tend to get a little bit more oily. Not oily because my skin is always dry, but my skin does get a little bit more oily. So this foundation I love to wear during the summer when the oils are coming through, and it just has me looking beautiful and radiant and just natural. So that's it for all of my favorite foundations for dry skin. I know this was a short video, but I really wanted to put it out there just because I do get a lot of like questions on what works best for my skin type. And I just thought that I would put out my favorite foundations that work wonders for my skin type. These are beautiful, they are luminous, they make my skin look flawless, and they're honestly some of the best products on the market for girls that have dry skin. I know that that's a common problem. I am not the only person with dry skin, so I just wanted to give you guys some affordable and high-end options that you can look into and try for yourself. So that's it for this video. This was a super quick one. I hope you liked it. I hope that I gave you some good tips. I hope that you go try some of these products if you haven't already. If you have, make sure that you comment down below. Let me know that you've tried them, or let me know if you're gonna go try them. I would love to hear from you guys. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Also, make sure you hit the little subscribe button if you haven't already, which I hope you have. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell right beside it so you can be notified every time I upload content. It is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.